leaders are monitoring the new coronavirus that was first identified in China last month.
Local 22's Courtney Adelman spoke with them to learn more about the virus and if people here in our area should be concerned. Courtney, what can you tell us?
Well, Lauren and Glenn, Vermont health officials say the risk here is low, but they say everyone should take steps to prevent exposure and illness. Right now, no one has been tested in Vermont. 10 people have been tested in New York State and 2 in New Hampshire after traveling to China. The CDC, along with local health departments, are keeping an eye on the outbreak of the new coronavirus, which is a respiratory illness first identified in Wuhan, China.
It's a disease of unknown sort of significance at this point. Obviously, we're very worried because it appears to have a high mortality.
According to the New York Times, more than 100 people have died in China from the virus. It has affected over 4,000 people around the world.
Most of them in China, but several in other countries, including a handful in the U.S.
To date, the CDC has confirmed 5 cases in the U.S. in Arizona, California, Illinois, and Washington state. Vermont officials say, though, not to worry.
There's no way to get the virus unless you're in contact with someone who has it. So the risk is pretty low.
The Vermont Department of Health says coronaviruses are a part of a large family of different types of viruses. But officials say the current outbreak of what's known as the 2019 novel coronavirus has never been seen before.
We think we know the incubation period can be anywhere from 2 to 14 days, and it can cause severe illness in some people. But there's a lot of things we don't know. We don't really know the spectrum of the illness that it causes.
And even though there are no confirmed cases here in the Northeast, Dr. Cindy Noyes says when there's a global outbreak, they take the necessary precautions when someone comes in with flu-like symptoms.
Have they traveled to Wuhan, China? The second is, have they had any contact with someone who was suspected to have the new coronavirus or had laboratory confirmation?
And officials say if you are traveling to China or outside of the country, to check any travel advisories that might be in place. And for more information on the virus, you can go to mychamplainvalley.com. Live in the studio, Courtney Adelman, Local 22 News.